I'd like to talk about grammar today. A lot of teachers ask me, should we be teaching grammar? Is grammar still important? And so on. And of course, with some of the current methodologies that are being used today, grammar has a different role, different status. I like to think of grammar as a communicative resource. Teaching grammar as a communicative resource. What do I mean by that? Well, if you look at the grammar books that you probably are familiar with, or the way grammar is taught traditionally, the focus is on understanding how language works and also practicing using grammatical rules and so on at the level of the sentence. And so students study how to use adverbs, how to use the tenses, and so on. But what's important, of course, is being able to use that knowledge of language while one is in the process of communicating. And that's what I mean by using grammar as a communicative resource. So, for example, take the case of recounts or narratives. When we're engaged in conversation, a lot of the time what we do is share little stories. This is what I did yesterday. What did you do? This is how I spent my vacation. What did you do? And telling that little story or that recount requires a certain amount of grammar. It requires the past tense. It requires action verbs. It may require adverbs and adjectives describing reactions to situations and so on. So there, the student is required to call upon his or her grammar and use it as part of the process of communicating about a particular event or topic. This is what I mean by using grammar as a communicative resource. So when we're teaching grammar, we have to go beyond looking at how grammar is used to shape sentences. We have to ask, how can grammar be linked to real context for the use of the language, to real communication? And that's where the notion of grammar as a communicative resource comes up. What do students want to use language for? And how can we incorporate into those uses the awareness of the grammar that they've learned and the ability to use that grammar appropriately in conversation, in discussion, in presentations, and so on. Grammar as a communicative resource.